Thank you very much. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. How you all
Hello.
doing? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. So
Hi,
excited to be
everybody.
here. My name is Will-Luera.
And I'm Maria Schaedler-Luera, and yes, we do have the same last name. We are a couple, married 16 years this week.
Yes. Just a little bit about ourselves. First of all, I'm originally from Chicago. We both met in Boston. We've been living here in Sarasota for the last 10 years, and I've been practicing and doing improvisation for the last now 35 years.
And I'm originally from Brazil, and I moved here as an adult, so I've been here for 20 years, when I learned English through theater, and I teach theater, applied theater. I became a meditation mindfulness teacher as well as an Ayurvedic health counselor. And we got to do a lot of work together, and we met on stage too.
That's right. Now, I practice improvisation. As some of you probably are thinking right now, improv mainly for comedy and for doing skits and jokes and all of that. Well, the way that I still do that, but the improv I practice now takes me out into the communities. I actually work with a lot of our older residents, a lot of school-aged children. I work with the military. I do a lot of the exercises that we're going to practice today that helps us focus on being present, listening to one another. So we're going to start with one quick exercise. And this one's going to involve everybody in the room. Now, I know you're going to get nervous. It'll be like, please, Will, I don't want to be put on the spot. Leave me alone. Don't worry. You're going to get to sit right where you're at and do this one. But I am going to, in a little bit, I'm going to ask you to find a partner to work with, okay? I already like that. She's looking around. She's like, let's see who my neighbor is. Good. Now, in order to do this, what I want to do is I want to invite one person to join me up here on stage. Who wants to join me up here on stage? Who's brave enough? Right there. Okay, come
Brave
on up.
volunteer.
Yes. Thank you. Let's hear it for our volunteer. All right, now we know each other, but I'm still gonna have her introduce herself. Good to see you. Good. Could you please introduce yourself to the room?
Well, I'll introduce myself again. I'm Lena. I was one of the guest speakers in the sound healing session that I did.
Excellent. All right, so here we go. This is what you're all gonna do, what I'm about to do with Lena, all right? It's gonna be so simple. You're like, Will, this is so simple, right? And so here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna count up to 3 together, all right? But I'm gonna go 1, then Lena's gonna go 2, then I'm gonna say 3. All right, and then we're gonna restart. Then Lena's gonna say 1, then I'll say 2, then 3. So it's gonna look a little bit like this, okay? So
I'll
ready?
be the mic holder.
And, yes. So if you wanna hold the mic, Lena, for yourself. All right, ready? And 1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
1,
2.
3. Perfect, good. Let's celebrate Lena on that one. Don't go anywhere, Lena. All right, that's a simple first step, So what I want you to do right now is you're just gonna find yourself a partner, okay? And you could do it sitting, standing, however you want. You're gonna do the same exact thing. When I say go, you're gonna do this with your partner, okay? You're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, back and forth, okay? All right, so go ahead and find your partner, and I'll let you know when to go. Good, I see people shifting around, okay. All right, okay, good. All right, and here we go. On go, on 3, or so when I say go, you're gonna begin. Ready, and go. And we'll stop right there. Okay, good. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right. Quick question. Did anyone mess up? Oh, yeah, look at all those. Okay. Oh, you had a little mess up here? It's okay. It is A-okay to mess up. Now, a big part of this exercise is just getting fully present with the other person. There's nothing else going on other than you're counting up to 3, and you're trying to figure out who's next, and you're going back and forth. All right, now I'm gonna add a little bit of a twist. Now, the first person, instead of saying 1, you're gonna snap your fingers, and then the second person will say 2, so go ahead.
Wait, say that again?
So here we go, I'll snap, so I'll go, then you say 2.
Okay, 2. 2,
3, and then now you'll snap. 2,
3,
1,
2,
3, 2.
3.
Yeah, okay, good, all right. So now, I know, now it's gonna be snap, 2, 3. All right, good job. Let's again hear it for Lena. Beat our model up here. Oh, you're not going anywhere, Lena. We're not done yet. Okay, so here we go. Now you're gonna go snap, 2, 3 with your partner. Ready? And go. And done. All right. Give yourselves a round of applause. This is a good group right here. Did anyone mess up? Did anyone mess up in that one? Okay. All right. Love you. You know what I love hearing? And this is somebody who has been performing comedy for 30 years. There's nothing that brings me more joy than hearing a room full of laughter. And we're not even doing jokes, we're not doing skits, but to just hear people laughing, right? I mean, it's so beautiful. So it brings me a lot of joy. But we're not done yet, folks. Oh no, here we go. Now it's gonna go one, so if you could say one.
One.
And then two, instead of saying two, you're gonna clap. All right, so one more time.
One.
Three.
Three.
1, 3.
1, 3.
1, 3, okay. All right, now you know what to do. 1, clap, 3, ready, and go.
This is hilarious.
And done. Give yourselves a round of applause. Last one. And I'll invite you to stand up if you'd like, because this is fun standing. You could do it sitting also, but now it's gonna work like this. And I'm gonna show you instead of telling you. So it'll go like this. Ready, and 1, 2.
2. 1.
2. 1. 2, 2.
2. 1.
2. Good. Now, the third one is just a pose of some sort. All right, so it's gonna go 1, 2, pose. Okay? All right, so here we go. Oh, nice. I love it. Up on our feet. And whenever you're ready, 1, 2, pose. And done. Awesome. First of all, let's say a big old thank you to Lena. Thank you, Lena. And that was our warm-up for today. I'm gonna come back a little bit later with a little bit more, talking a little bit more about improv as a way to stay present, staying present through playfulness. Okay, now, we have 2 daughters, and the number of times that we took a road trip to Colorado recently, and also in California, and you're suddenly stuck with no phone reception or anything, and so there's no music, there's no anything, but we get to play little games like this, and I love them because they're small little games, and just that mere moment of looking at each other, all right, you immediately go into listening mode, all right? You immediately have to go into adaptability because it's going 1, 2, 3. You're not playing the same role 2 times in a row, and then you have to continue without judgment, all right? If the other person messes up, you laugh. You have fun together, and then you start up again, and let's go again, 1, 2, 3, and playing this little game. So thank you for warming up with me and for letting me show you a little bit about the power of play, right, and how it helps us to stay present. So I'm gonna now hand it off to Marie, and I'll be back in a little bit towards the end.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
So, and I'm not going to put you to sleep. Starting with improv, it's important, right? And I know it's after lunch, so you're digesting your food and you're getting a little sleepy. It's sometimes a little dark, and it's nice and cozy in your chairs. So it's good to start like that to bring our awareness to here and now. And I get to do a lot of theater work and improv in my work as well. And just to highlight the power of play and laughter, right? Immediately, it relaxes us. And when that happens, then we're able to have other conversations and think about other things after that. So when kids are learning at school, I also do just regular traditional arts integration where I connect an art form with a subject area, like math and improv games or social studies, history, and use the arts to actually teach that. because they're able to remove that filter be in the moment and have fun and enjoy learning together. So the arts are one of the biggest things we can use to support our mental health, right? We see as one of the indications in any communities, post big traumas, is like how healthy their arts communities are. And we are so lucky in Sarasota for having such incredible arts organizations and the power of the arts in helping us feel better as well. So I just wanted to bring now our awareness and our attention to this idea of like, we've heard incredible things all day long, and there were many other techniques that we've learned, and perhaps you have other tools. These are all part of your well-being bank, right? Whatever it is that you have and you carry with you. Now what, right? So everything, being aware of the present moment, for me, highlights one of the most important things, which is our power of choice. Right? Sartre would say that life is the C between the B and the D. Have anybody heard of that quote before? B standing for birth, D death. So what we do between that, all of our lives, choices. We make choices. But most of our choices, just like our actions and our habits, from like waking up in the morning and reaching for the phone and things like that, are happening in automatic pilot mode. We live life in automatic pilot mode. So here's an invitation for you to examine, what are your pilot modes? What are things that you do in your life in automatic pilot? Is it reaching for your phone in the morning? Is it reaching for certain kinds of foods when you didn't have time to prepare or cook, right? Is it the language you use, the words, your choice of words, right? Reacting. There's another metaphor. I love metaphors, maybe because, I don't know, Portuguese as my first language is a language of metaphors. There's a metaphor that talks about how we often are a thermometer. We're just reacting to the environment. So what happens when things are really stressful around you? Do you stress up with it, right? If there's a lot of tension, do you tense up with it? Are you just reacting to your environment and what's happening? And let's be honest, there's a lot happening in our environment right now. And so what are we going to do about that, right? So instead of becoming a thermometer all the time, can we shift and think about, what if we were a thermostat? Right? And that's where the power of now and presence helps us. Okay, first thing then, we have to notice. If I'm a thermostat, I'm going to first notice and sense what's happening in this environment. And then I have a choice. What's my goal? Do I need to bring the temperature up? Do I bring the temperature down? Or do I need to keep it steady? Right? I have my goal, but then I have my choice. But we don't just react. We want to make that choice a conscious choice. We want to become a conscious choice maker. Meditation, and we're not going to be sitting here and doing a 30-minute meditation, but I do want to talk about it and just demystify. If you, have tried and you're the kind of person that are like, I can't meditate, right? I'm a meditation teacher as well, so of course it's important to me, and I love bringing this and demystifying it for people. It's not about sitting in a blissful, complicated yoga pose, right? You do not need to be flexible to meditate. You don't even have to empty your mind. It's not about stopping your thoughts, because we are human beings. We will always have thoughts. It's about slowing down the process between one stimulus and our response. It's about creating space. It's about practice. It's about noticing and choosing to go back to whatever it is that you're using in your meditation practice. Is it the breath that is the anchor that you bring your awareness to? Is it a mantra that you're repeating? Is it an image, a candle you're looking, or an image in front of you? Is it walking and then you're bringing your attention to the sensations of your feet? Is it washing the dishes? Or like a mindful meditation could be just simply noticing the feeling of the water and touching and the soap and the smells and all of these things. So meditation does not need to be sitting in a difficult position and not being able to move either, right? You will sit down, hopefully in a comfortable position, hopefully starting with not being as distracted as you would normally be. So you can sit there for some time. Think about your day. What's your day like? What's the busiest part of your day? And see if you can bookend your day with some kind of mindfulness practice. A meditation can be 1 minute before you start your work, and it can be 1 minute after you finish your work. When my kids were little, I used to do it in the car when I had a regular 9 to 5, and I would go to an office and come back because I knew that by the time I would come home, there was no way I could sit and meditate because of them, right? And it would be too late later in the day, and then I would be so tired, just like we are feeling a little bit now after lunch. And then you sit down to meditate and you fall asleep. How many times have you fallen asleep trying to meditate? Yes, it happens, right? All your body's telling you is that you're tired. That's all that's happening. Maybe you need to catch up on sleep, right? So maybe choose another time, maybe a little earlier, make it shorter. But it's the consistency of the practice. So whether it is improv and play, or just awareness of the present moment, it's the only time there is now. So what are you going to choose to do with all of the information and all of the tools you gathered here today? How are you going to apply? Because knowledge is not power unless it's applied, right? So how can we empower ourselves? How can we apply all of this knowledge so we can feel better, so we can be in a place where we can then do our work better and help those around us, our kids and our community and our clients? So because I do not want you to fall asleep, we're gonna be a little more active and go back to the present moment here with some more improv.
Thank you very much, Maria.
You're very
Thank
welcome,
you.
William.
We're going to finish with one more exercise. Now, there's a feature that's very popular. We were just hearing about social media. There's a feature that's very popular on social media, right? Stories, right? And they're used a lot. And it's a word that I've been trying to reclaim because storytelling is one of my favorite types of performance. I love telling stories. I think stories are so important. It's the oldest form of theater. It's the way that we pass on tradition. It's the way we pass on history, our music, our stories that are being told to us. Stories are really, really important. And this next exercise is gonna focus on exactly that. We're gonna tell stories to one another, okay? And in a little bit, I'm gonna pair you up again. I'm gonna ask you to find a new partner. And then I'm gonna ask you to share stories, but I'm gonna guide you through that process. This is another exercise I love playing with my kids. I have a 15-year-old, we have a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old. My 12-year-old gets really enthusiastic about this game, especially once I kind of center us in on a topic. They get really excited about playing this game. And it's gonna be a simple game. It's literally, I'm gonna be asking you to have a conversation, but I'm calling it a game right now, but you're literally just gonna have a conversation. All right, so what I want you to do, if it is convenient to find a new partner, go ahead. But if it just works out that just work with the same old partner, that's totally fine as well. So go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna guide you through this next part. All right? Good. Some people are moving around, we're finding new partners. This is actually one that might work in a group of 3. You don't need to be, you're not excluded to 2. If you wanna do a group of 3, you can do that too. Yes, you can. This is a group of 3, totally fine. Okay, so we're talking about being present, about listening. Now we're also going to include this idea of sharing with one another. What's gonna happen is that I'm gonna put a seed out there, okay? I'm just gonna put a seed, and the first seed I'm gonna put out, okay, is a place. A place that means a lot to you, a place that you took a great trip to, a place that means that you remember very clearly. And I'm just putting that out there, and I'm hoping that it's taken root somewhere in your head. And when I say go, one of you in your pair or in your trio will just start to talk about it, okay? And the other person's gonna listen. And you're just gonna listen for a point where then you're gonna share your part as well, what you were thinking of. And maybe you're gonna ask each other questions, ask the other person to open up a little bit more, but all we're gonna do is just share stories. And this first one is gonna be about places, okay? So ready? And we're gonna go for a little bit less than a minute and go.
One person first,
Yeah, exactly.
and then the other person, yes.
About 15 more seconds. Three, two, one, and done. Okay, good, excellent. Give yourselves a round of applause, very nice. I hope that you learned a little bit about each other, were able to share a little bit. So I teach classes year-round, all over the world, all over Florida, all over Sarasota. And this is one of my favorite exercises, what you just did. And a lot of times, a lot of my students will tell me, they'll say things like, and I just heard it again this past Monday, where they thank me because they tell me that it's as helpful for them as therapy is, right? And I think just the ability to just share and then have somebody listen to you, right? And then they share, it's such a unique, safe space of creativity, right? That I like to protect and create. I like to create these little bubbles for my students. We're gonna do this again. Okay, now we've already harvested the previous crops of places. This next one is gonna be about food, okay? And I want, as I say that, you're thinking about your favorite meal, your favorite restaurant. When I say food, the first memory that jumps into my head was a restaurant that Maria and I went to. It was one of these crazy, like 27-course meals type places. And it's a story I love to share. But I also just as much love thinking about when my father used to cook me just some steak with rice and beans in our small kitchen on the south side of Chicago. Both stories mean a lot to me. And I hope that now that I've started to put that seed of food in your brains, when I say go, you're gonna share a story. Have a quick conversation, just under a minute. Ready, and go. "15 seconds. Three, two, one, and done. All right. Very nice. Once again, give yourselves a round of applause. We don't have time for this today, but one thing I'd like to do after this exercise is for people to share what they learned about their partner, if they are willing, if the other partner is open to it. Share what you learned, maybe even describe a connection that you discovered. Without sharing, has anyone discovered a connection you might have had with the other person? And right here, okay, here, either with places or with food, suddenly you find a connection. What you're doing right now is exactly what I do on stage as an improviser. I have no idea what the scene is gonna be about. Just like you have no idea what topic I'm gonna give you, right? But then the audience gives me a word, my brain immediately sorts through 50 years of memories, and it picks one out and says, aha, this is the story. And that's how we created Improv Scene. So you're all doing improv scenes, you're just doing them in private in your little creativity bubble, okay? So we're gonna do one more. This time what I want you to think about is a hobby. Now it could be a hobby that you currently practice, you used to practice. It could be a hobby that you gave up on, right? That you tried to learn an instrument but it never took hold, okay? So that's gonna be the last one that we're gonna have. I'm putting that out there, planting a seed of hobbies, okay? One that you might still practice, one that you did, or one that you gave up on, it's all okay. Our last conversation for just under a minute, and go. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, give yourselves a round of applause. I know this was a quick session. I will be hanging out a little bit afterwards if you have any questions on these exercises or other things that I do. I know we have a couple of minutes to wrap up. I hope you enjoyed those 2 exercises we did, and Maria as well, conversation on meditation. I'm gonna let Maria close us out.
Thank you all for playing along. As you can see, there are so many ways and tools out there, whether it's to play, pretend, connect, whether it is to practice stillness, to breathe, bring our attention to the present moment, when you are engaging with somebody, listening. There are so many ways of practicing being in the present moment, and it's really the only place you can be. And from that place is the only place you can actually make conscious choices. So the invitation here is to practice more of that. Use it, all kinds of tools, and don't give up on those tools. Go back to the tools, because there will be days where like, oh, I couldn't meditate, or I couldn't play, or I couldn't do this. But there are many, many tools, and many others we have learned today throughout all of the speakers, and all of the tables represented here are bringing even more. It's easier for us to think about the present moment when we all come together like this in this special summit. The hardest part will be Monday morning. You go back to your activities and life takes over. So see how you can, whether you put little reminders or things to help you bring a little bit of what you experienced here today to your everyday life. And just keep going and talk. And as you could see the power of storytelling. If you want to, I will do a little quick plug here, because we're very thankful to Marlene and Sunshine from Darkness. We are representing also LifeLine Productions. Will has a show coming in less than 2 weeks, where he's going to tell his personal life on stage of trauma and mental health. So support live theater, support mental health. Come ask us more about it. There's some postcards on the table. And now getting back to Sunshine from Darkness. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you so
here
much.
Today.